Hello guys, Conjurat here. Just wanted to do a quick update, and I'm gonna kind of make this video be based off of my first quarter at SCAD. So I'm just gonna have like this edit that I was doing in Lightroom, playing in the background some music, so that way it's not boring. So I started SCAD on the 12th of September, and I just ended the quarter on November 17th. I wanted to kind of go over my experience with my first courses that they gave me, because I thought that could have been handled a little bit better, especially since I was a commuting student. So I think that anyone that's considering going to SCAD, or really any college in general where freshmen don't choose their first courses, that they really need to take into consideration what courses they're being put in, and talk to whoever your counselor or advisor is. That way you know if you're going to be able to handle that workload for that quarter starting off. Now, it's really important for SCAD students and myself, because a lot of us have scholarships that are based off of our grades. So if we have very hard course load, or workload I should say, with our 3 to 4 courses, depending on whether or not you have first year experience, you're gonna get burnt out and you're gonna start to struggle. I'd say I started to struggle a lot week 7 and week 8, and then going into the last 2 weeks, it was just trying to survive. And that's because they put me into 3 studio classes. Now, you have 2 different types of classes in SCAD. You have your studio classes, and then you have your lecture classes. Lecture classes would be like English or composition, and then studio classes would be most of your major study classes, and then, for example, drawing or design or color theory. So I had drawing 1, design 1, and CMPA. CMPA is a studio class as well. However, it's solely about computer art programming, such as Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Dreamweaver, things like that. My professor for FYE was actually the person that put me into that course, and decided that it was easy enough to put me into that studio class, although it's not recommended. Now, I didn't know that I was in 3 studio classes until probably halfway through the quarter, because I was always wondering why I was so tired and why I had like so much work to do in comparison to other people. And on top of that, I was commuting back and forth every day, which could range from 30 minutes driving one way to an hour and a half driving one way, and it's 40 miles. So I would say that was the only negative part of it, but as long as you speak to your advisor during your first week, where you have orientation, and actually day of orientation is probably the best day to do it, and just make sure that you're not in any not in 3 studio classes, and that you're set up to succeed. Especially if you're commuting, I think that's something that you should definitely take in consideration and do. And then as far as positive things that came out of this quarter, the biggest thing I'd say is I submitted work for the open studio night that SCAD has once every year in the fall. So I got 2 pieces accepted. I didn't sell, but it was just a great experience, and I had my work showcased, which was amazing. It was just a fun experience. I also got to meet the chair of photography and a lot of the faculty, and being able to do that was really important to me, because you're creating building blocks for your career in school. So that was very awesome to do. I definitely recommend, if you're a photography major, to try and take advantage of the Embark and Explore event that they have every year, at the beginning of the year, typically. That way, when you're researching your major, you might actually meet the chair or meet some people, and potentially have that opportunity that I did, because that's actually very rare for a freshman to be able to do that. Only 4 of us got in too, so that was another thing. And also, I'm going to be starting my major classes as of next quarter. So that's also very exciting because not many people get that opportunity so early on. But they, I guess they really see something in myself and my peers. So they're putting us into those courses now. As far as anything else is concerned though, like with courses, honestly, as long as you just stay on top of your work and just handle your business as far as what courses are, like whatever courses are harder, you should prioritize and devote a lot of time to. And also just strategize when certain things are due, what's going to impact your grade more to have completed by whatever X amount of time or whatever, like when it needs to be due or turned in. And other than that, it's just time budgeting and just prioritizing. And definitely don't be doing anything as far as going out and partying or whatever when you have your final due like the next day and you have like barely any progress on it, because that's a terrible idea. And you can always hang out and have fun over a break or even after your finals are done, because a lot of people, like I was done with my finals before the end of finals week. So that's just something that you have to think about, what's more important. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of my work, you can go ahead and check out my website, conradmg.com, or you could just watch some of my previous videos to see what I do on here. And hopefully I'll have a new video out next week, and I'll be able to go back to that consistency. But that was the reason why I was so far behind in posting videos, was just having all of that work to do. I just couldn't manage to post as well, especially since I have a job too. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day, and see you next time.